What's going on, you guys? Welcome to week 8 of Ryan and Josh's NFL Pick'em. I'm sorry I made a really big mistake week 6. I didn't add our picks on going into week 7. So our overall records now are Josh leads 70 and 34. I'm 66 and 38. I was one game off perfect last week. I took the Browns over the Indianapolis Colts, and if you remember in the Pick'em, I said I kind of wanted to go with Indianapolis, but I went with Cleveland because I thought their run game was just going to dominate them. So yeah. Josh went 8-5, and we're gonna jump right on into these games. I haven't even looked at these games yet, so I'm gonna do it like by ear or whatever you want to call it, like just on the fly. So here we go. First game is Tampa Bay at Minnesota. I gotta go with Minnesota here. They've just been playing really well all year. Tampa Bay really had a really good chance to win last week, but because of a call that I don't really like, they ended up not tying the game, and they lost the game to a really hot New Orleans team. So I got to go with Minnesota, though. What do you got?
Um, well, I believe that Minnesota should win this game. They've been playing lots out this year so far, and I got Minnesota in this one. Their defense should do really good again.
All right, Carolina at Chicago. All right, I admit it. I'm done. Cam Newton, not good this year. Maybe next year. Chicago's defense, too good. Chicago's offense isn't very good, but it'll show up, and they'll beat Carolina.
I remember a long time ago in a Skype call telling you that Cam Newton was not going to be good this year with Steven, and y'all argued with me that he was the best, one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league, but he's not showing it this year, so I got Chicago in this one.
All right, San Diego at Cleveland. I don't know why, but this is sort of tough for me, but I'm going to have to lean towards San Diego here. I think they should be able to beat Cleveland, but I don't know. It's really hard. I mean, Trent Richardson said something about his injury is more severe than what it actually is. So take that into account when you make this pick.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers, if he plays like Phillip Rivers can, then they should win the game.
All
San
right.
Diego.
And Seattle at Detroit. Now, see, this is where I'm going to have to let Josh go ahead and go first because I'm just thinking right now. So go ahead.
All right, well, Seattle's played really good on defense, and that's one of the main reasons I think they're gonna win this game. Russell Wilson has come up in a lot of clutch situations, and I think they should win this game. Barely though.
I mean, this is week 8. Calvin Johnson has one touchdown. The big game is coming, and I really hope it's not this game because I have to go with Seattle. So next game we have New England at St. Louis. What would have been a complete mismatch entering the season, this game actually looks decent. I don't know why St. Louis has actually started to actually look like a team as of late. But I mean, they're not amazing, but they are a pretty much average team, and they have had good games. But I just think Tom Brady is going to be too much for them, and New England should win.
The Rams have been playing really good on defense so far this year, especially since they picked up Finnegan from the Titans, which Ryan is upset about still. And I think that the Rams will play them really tough, but New England should win this game, even though New England's lost to some teams they shouldn't have so far this season.
All right, and the next game we have is Miami at the Jets. Damn, this is another tough one, but I think I'm gonna have to lean towards the Jets here. Sean Green, as of late, has been having some decent games, and we're gonna look to see if that continues here against the Dolphins in a big divisional matchup. So, who do you got?
Okay, Miami should have won the last one, and they didn't, so I got Miami in this one.
All right, here's one of the toughest games on the schedule, in my opinion, to pick. It is the undefeated Atlanta Falcons taking on Philadelphia. Before we started doing this pick'em, Chase said something about Michael Vick is going to start throwing picks like usual. And you know what? I do believe that. Michael Vick just, against this defense, they're all ball hogs. Thomas DeCoux, Will Moore. There's no way that they can beat a hot, on fire, undefeated Atlanta team. I got to go with Atlanta.
I think it's going to be closer than some people think, and I think Michael Vick actually plays really good in this game, but I don't think they get the win, so I'm going to go with Atlanta in this one.
All right, and we got Washington at Pittsburgh. Whew, this is tough too. But I think I'm actually going to start going with the trend here and taking Washington. RG3 is definitely the rookie of the year so far in offense, and maybe even the offensive player of the year. And we're going to see if that continues at Pittsburgh, who is depleted big time with injuries.
Yeah, to me, Pittsburgh, I think their defense is too old. Like everybody else has said, they always seem like they're injured. Troy Polamalu stays in street clothes more than he does in his uniform. So I think that's a big reason that Washington is going to get the win in this one. And Troy Polamalu's out for the game, ain't he, Ron?
Believe so. still.
I believe he's still
He
out.
may be coming back though. I'm not
He
sure on
might
that.
be, but
I don't think it'll
I
matter.
haven't checked yet. But anyways, I still think Washington's going to win. Pittsburgh doesn't fare really well against running quarterbacks, and I think the trend continues in this one.
All right, Jacksonville at Green Bay. If you thought Blaine Gabbert was bad, you haven't seen Chad Henne. Green Bay wins this game big.
Yeah, this one shouldn't be a competition. Even though Green Bay has slipped up in some games, this one shouldn't be a competition. Green Bay.
All right, Indianapolis at Tennessee. One more week of Matt Hasselbeck. Michael Ruse will be playing this game. I'm hearing that it's a definite maybe that he'll play, and I don't know if that means good or bad. So, but how do you think Tennessee should win this game? Chris Johnson's starting to get back on track, and this is a big divisional matchup for Tennessee. If they win the game, they're back to 500. So I got to go with Tennessee at home.
Ron, I just have one question. Who did the Colts get their first win on last season?
That doesn't matter.
I'm going with the Colts in this one.
Well, that's a troll pick. Next up is Oakland at Kansas City. This is a really tough matchup again. There's so many tough matchups on this schedule, but I think I'm going to have to go with Kansas City here. Brady Quinn's coming in as a starter, and he's going to look to actually play really well to see if he can keep the starting job, maybe entering next season, or maybe Kansas City's going to have to draft a quarterback. Don't know yet. But Oakland hasn't looked like the Oakland that I remember, at least. Darren McFadden has not been on track all year long, and Kansas City actually does have a running game, but it is kind of like it's iffy there. I mean, Jamal Charles will look like the best running back of all time one week, and then he'll look like Chris Johnson, 1.2 yards per carry. So, but I still got to go with Kansas City here.
Yeah, in steps Brady Quinn. And when he played in Cleveland, he didn't have the best receivers, and now he's going to have Dwayne Bowe, and he should. I think he's going to do a lot in passing this week, and I think he might win the starting job over Matt Castle moving forward. And I don't know why, but the Chiefs have not been drafting quarterbacks. At least do an experiment with a quarterback, because I mean there can't be much worse than Matt Castle. So I got the Chiefs winning this one anyways because of their run game.
All right, New York Giants at Dallas. Really unfortunate news out of Dallas. Sean Lee's probably going to be out for the season, and I definitely think that's confirmed now. I really wanted to take Dallas, but after that injury, it's just so hard to imagine Dallas playing well on defense, stopping the run, and also Sean Lee was such a great coverage man that it's just going to be hard for them to stop pretty much anything up the middle. Hopefully they prove me wrong, though, and they do win, but I got to go with the Giants here for a safe pick.
Well, I think the Giants have been playing really good lately. They destroyed the 49ers, and I think they might be able to make a run to go back to the Super Bowl again. I don't know what Ron thinks about that, but they could have a chance possibly. And Dallas, Sean Lee's out, and I think New York Giants. I think this could be a high-scoring game because the Giants did not play well on defense last week, but I think the Giants are still going to win in this one.
All right, last two need to be quick. New Orleans is taking on Denver. It's Drew Brees versus Peyton Manning. Should be a really good game. New Orleans is on fire right now. I got to go with them. Denver's defense is sort of weak at times, and I think Brees will exploit that and win this game.
Well, this was a hard pick for me, and I was stuck between the two, but I'm going to go with Denver in this one. Peyton Manning should be on fire.
All right, in San Francisco at Arizona, I believe San Francisco's defense is going to show up big time in this game. Arizona ain't going to be able to move the ball at all. Le'Rod Steven-Towling had a good game last week, but he's playing against San Francisco. Ain't going to happen this week. San Francisco should win this game with no problems.
Yeah, San Francisco should win this one, but Arizona did stop their 5-game skid last year by beating San Francisco, so maybe. They're playing at Arizona too, but 49ers should win this one. I'm going with the 49ers.
All right, guys, and that was week 8 of Pick'em. I know it was a little bit sloppy and a little bit long, but, I mean, that's what happens when you didn't even look at the schedule. Hopefully we got all the Pick'em standings right this time, and there's no flaws. I'm pretty sure it's right. I added it all up. It's 104 games. So here we go. I'm catching up to Josh. Only a couple games out.
Not going to catch up to me.
Only 3 games out, buddy boy. All right, peace.